Dorks. It is the Turtle Dork here with a new recap and reaction for the season finale of season 4. It's done. It's over. I can't believe it. We got through another season. Feels like we just started this season.
We did.
I know. Got through the whole thing basically wearing the same clothes. So we basically binged outside of the first 2 episodes. We binged this whole season. It's done. This one was called The Children, directed by Alex Graves. And yeah, I'm Turtle Dork, Disco Dork. Let's get into this. Opening scene. This is interesting, man. John and Mance. So John goes to see Mance Rayder, and he's unarmed. You mentioned this as we were talking. He was like, oh shit, okay. So he's just walking straight up to the camp. And my bad from the last video. I didn't think we were going to see John in this final episode. Again, it's been a while since I've seen it, so we get actually a lot of stuff beyond the wall. And this is the first thing that we get to see. And when they go up there, and then there's a conversation between Mance and them trying to come up with this this arrangement, or this agreement, this truce, or this peace truce that they're trying to come to. And I don't know, man. Like that opening scene, it was a bit shocking, I guess, coming off of Watchers on the Wall.
Well, my whole thing was, I had forgotten that fucking Stannis arrives there, because he comes in, and basically it's because of him that Mance ends up surrendering.
Yeah, that's my next point. So yeah, attacked by Stannis and Davos. They come, which I had no idea,
because the last time we saw them, they was in Bravos.
Yeah, at the Iron Bank, which was a couple of episodes back. So I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll find out reasons why they're there, because they still hasn't been said why they were there. Because when Mance surrenders, basically Stannis is saying the same shit he says to everybody. Or Davos says, you know, you're standing in front of the one true king, kneel before the one true king. And okay, I get that, but why are you here?
Does it have something to do with the Red Woman?
It might, because we do see her later in this episode. So, and of course we know that the Red Woman is involved with stuff that happens in season 5, with her being with Jon Snow and what happens to him, and then ultimately resurrecting him. So I knew all of this was going to happen.
Because she also burns the little girl while they're up there.
I believe so. And also Mance Rayder, because he gets burned alive as well.
Yeah, maybe that's why they're there, because she said, because remember before she left, she told Stannis' wife, like, you know, I'm going to need you and your daughter to come with us, because the Lord of the Light needs her.
Okay. So, excuse me, there's probably a reason why they're north beyond the wall.
Maybe she saw John in the fire or whatever, because when she sees him for the first time, she looks at him like, you know, not like she recognizes him, but maybe she recognizes him. I don't know. She looks at him like...
it's something, because you remember when they took Gendry, it was because he had king's blood. He was a Baratheon. He was bastard son of Robert. Maybe she knows something about John and his lineage, or him being connected to the Starks or the Targaryens possibly. But at this point in the show, we don't know anything as far as his lineage tied to the Targaryens, because that's a reveal that doesn't come, I think, until season 6, I believe. I don't think it's next season. I think it's season 6. But yeah, but I don't know. Maybe she knows something. All of it's a mystery at this point for me, that I know of. Then we have Cersei back in King's Landing saving the mountain. So the mountain is pretty much a corpse. And we have Qyburn there with Pycelle. And Pycelle is kind of against this, but Cersei orders him to leave, and she orders Qyburn to do what you can to bring him back. And Qyburn says, like, look, I can do what I can to bring him back, but he won't come back the same. And Cersei says, well, will he be any less weak, or will he be weak? And she says no. And she was like, continue, do what you must. You know, as long as he's still at the same strength that he's at, I don't care how he changes. And we all know that he becomes Zombie Mountain.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. That to me, that's when I found that out, that was a little bit of a letdown to me.
What?
That he was a zombie, because even seeing him and the Hound together in the last episode, I was like, yeah, that's your brother, but like he's not really all there. So is it? I don't like. For me, it just doesn't feel like it has the same satisfaction. Like even if the Hound and the Mountain face off, it just feels like he's just kind of like this zombie version of who he once was, even though he may still be strong. But I don't know. Like for me, it just I don't know, something about the zombified version of the Mountain just doesn't seem like it holds the same kind of weight if it was really him. You know what I'm
Why?
saying?
I mean, really, it's for the Hound's closure, right?
Yeah, it's for the Hound's closure.
The Mountain
But
don't give a fuck.
yeah, I mean, the Mountain don't give a shit. But at the same time, if the Mountain was already taken down by the Red Viper, and he's brought back to life, it just, I don't know, to me it just doesn't hold the same type of stakes or same type of weight. I don't know, it's just something about it. Just I don't, because the Hound mentions because when he's face to face with him in season 7, he's like, are you still in there? He was like, yeah, you're still there. So I guess they're trying to play it, but I guess we'll see how all that plays out. But it just seems like he's just kind of like this mindless zombie that's,
I don't think he's a zombie in the sense of like The Walking Dead or like typical zombie movies. I just think it's in the sense of he was dead, then he was brought back to life.
okay.
In the same way Jon Snow is, but
Okay.
but the method that resurrects him being different from Jon.
Than Jon's.
When he comes back, of course
He's not.
he's not 100% who he used to be. But with the Hound mentioning that, yeah, you're still in there. I mean, that to me that goes a long way to have the writers trying to establish that there is enough of him left that if they do have their confrontation,
Yeah.
The Mountain can understand
Okay.
what's happening
I hope
and
so.
who he's fighting.
I mean, I really hope so, but it's just something about that just didn't ring right to me. I don't know. I just would have rather have seen the actual Mountain, but Cersei and Tywin's, when Cersei makes the confession about what's really going on between her and Jamie. And I mean, I vividly remember this scene because I remember Tywin
I
not.
totally forgot about it.
Yeah, this was one thing that stood out to me from the series, because I knew that because Tywin just never wanted to believe it. And I remember Cersei telling him, he was like, look, the rumors are true.
Yeah.
And he's like, no. He was like, no, they're not. He was like, and she says, like, this whole thing that you've been trying to protect, this legacy, it's false.
Yeah.
Like everything that you've been building is false. Like me and Jamie are in love, and our kid, these are our kids. And because she's taking a stand. She's like, I'm not marrying Loras Tyrell.
Yeah.
And he's saying, look, you're not the first woman to be dragged to the sept to be married. So Tywin is still doing that thing, man. So I just thought that was interesting. And then we cut to her going to Jamie, and she tells Jamie, like, look, I told father about us, and like she's just at that point. She's just like, I don't give a fuck stage. You know what I'm saying?
Technically, she's always been at the I don't give a fuck
Yeah,
stage,
but
I know what
really
you're saying.
yeah, she's really hit that.
She's
point.
not trying to keep it a secret no more.
Nah. She's like, fuck all of this, all this, man. She's like, I don't care what people whisper. I don't care what they say. Like, this is my truth. This is who I am, and gotta respect that, man. Dragons need to be chained. So yeah, that shit, man. I remember the dragons going down into that dungeon. I couldn't remember why, but man, I mean, we saw what the dragons do when she allows them to just kind of roam free. And Jorah told her before, like, look, they're still wild beasts. They're wild animals.
Yeah.
And you just can't let these animals just roam free. And unfortunately, one of the people, one of the villagers of Marine, unfortunately, his daughter got burnt, 3 years old, and was killed by one of the dragons. So Dany had to do this. She had to make a choice. Now, she locked up two of them, but I know Drogon, the big one, they mentioned something like he's been gone for 3 days. So I guess that she just lets him fly and leave and do whatever. I guess he just comes back whenever she needs him. I don't know how that works, but that's fucking crazy. Because who the fuck knows where Drogon goes? Yeah. he could fucking fly to King's Landing on his own
if he wanted to. Yeah.
That's
but I think if I'm not mistaken, like when he comes back, it's during that scene next season,
that talking about
during that assassination attempt when he saves her and flies off with her.
Okay, that could be. But because you're right, because they wouldn't just put that line of dialogue in there for just no reason. Yeah. So I guess just to establish that he does his own thing, and then when Danny, because maybe he's so big, when Danny needs him, he'll be there. John burns Egret's body. Trying to think what else happened prior to that. Oh, there was a conversation between him and Tormund. At Castle Black, because they're talking about Egret, and he was just telling John how much she loved him, and he knew that by the fact that she always talked about she was always going to kill him, and that's how he knew. And he was like, just make sure she needs to be buried in the north. Where she belongs, and John makes sure of that. So I like that, the fact that he was able to do that.
Yeah.
We had Bran. Oh yeah, this is a big one. Bran attacked and then saved by the children. Attacked by these, what do you want to call them?
Fucking skeletons. With armored skeletons?
Yeah, that have no fucking muscle structure. So why is it so difficult for them to fight them off if they're just bone?
You still hung up on that?
Yeah, I
am. The same magic that is having these fucking skeletons animate and move and walk and attack is probably the same magic that's moving their arms.
If I got force, what's forcing me is my muscles. I have no muscles. How is that?
Magic ain't wake your ass up out of the bed this morning. Magic woke them skeletons up out the ground. So maybe that same magical force that gives them life also gives them strength.
Okay. I could buy into that.
What the fuck?
I'm not buying it. Anyway, that was a great scene between them, and unfortunately, we lose Jojen.
Yeah, I totally forgot he dies in this scene.
Yeah, man, and Mira tries to save him.
Did she though?
And one of them skeleton dudes, man, he was shaking him.
Yeah.
When he died, he took the joint with. I was like, God damn, man.
Yeah, I totally forgot he died in that way and in this particular scene.
Oh, man. Hodor, because Bran has to war into him, and then they finally get inside of the cave or underneath where the tree is and to get some shelter. And then we obviously get to where the three-eyed raven is, and Bran is finally face-to-face with the three-eyed raven. So, unfortunately, I think we're not going to see Bran next season. Mm-hmm. So we're gonna pick up with him back in season 6.
For some reason, I thought Max von Sydow was the fucking three-eyed raven.
I thought, and me too.
And you know what? It's probably when we see him again in season 6, it'll be recast and he'll be playing him. But in this season, it was not
It's him. Probably and we only get this small short scene with him. So, and you're right, it is Max von Sydow. Because I think that's what we pick up with him in season 6. It's Max von Sydow, for what I remember. Man, we've been waiting for this one, man. Arya, the Hound, and Brienne.
Yo, that shit was like Godzilla versus King Kong.
That shit was. Damn. Yeah. Okay. I like the Battle of Blackwater, Watchers on the Wall, shit like that. This shit felt epic. Seeing Brienne and the Hound fight. That shit felt epic, man. I'm not gonna lie. And the build up to it, man. When we see her and Podrick wake up and then her walk and she hears Arya and then she sees her over the hill and she doesn't know who she is at the moment, and you can hear Arya talking to the Hound who's taking a shit. But she's like, yeah, there's people coming, and then there's a little exchange between her and Brienne. And I, don't know, I just thought that was interesting because I thought Brienne knew that that was Arya from the moment she saw her, but it's not revealed until we have further dialogue when the Hound comes into the picture.
Yeah.
And I love the way Brienne plays that. Goodness, I can't remember the actress's name.
Christina, Gwendolyn.
Gwendolyn Christie. Yeah, like her acting, like once she finds out that that is Arya Stark and how her mood just switches. And then Podrick tells her, like, Podrick tells her that's the Hound. And he's like, so she's like, she remembers the conversation with Hot Pies, like, are you Arya Stark? And yeah, man, then that shit just goes.
I will
from
say,
there.
like, I initially, like, that fight was heavily edited. Like, I wasn't
You think so?
Hell yeah! Like,
I mean, it was
super-
it was a lot of cuts, but I thought the cuts.
That's what I mean. Like, when I say heavily edited, like, it was just like it was too many cuts. Like,
It felt fluid though. To me, it felt a little bit fluid. It wasn't like anything that you would have saw in like Iron Fist season 1.
I don't know, but I feel like it was heavily edited because
Okay.
because I don't know, like maybe the two actors,
Mm-hmm.
if you just had just one single take, one single shot, and didn't cut without cuts, maybe they weren't moving as fast as they wanted the pacing to be. So
Okay.
I feel like they were editing it for the pacing to make it feel like they were fighting like really fast. But I don't know, like then once they started like just going with fisticuffs and shit like that,
Yeah,
I was
man.
like, God damn, that shit was rough. I didn't remember how beating her. He kicked her in between the legs and shit when she was on the
Yeah.
ground. Like, God damn.
He was, man. Yeah, and she had that rock, and and I love that overhead shot when he falls over the cliff.
She Holyfield his ass. He took his fucking ear off too.
Oh man, yeah, man. That was a brutal fight. That was a brutal fight, man. But
She whooped the Hound's ass though.
yeah, and he fell off that cliff, broke his leg, and then oh man, the fucking scene between the Hound and Arya, when he's begging her to kill him.
Yeah.
Like telling her like remember where the heart is, and he's trying to force her to do it by telling her about the butcher's boy that he killed, and talking about her sister. And I mean, you can just see it in his performance, and I just love the way Arya just stares at him. It's almost like she's looking at him like this pathetic dog, like pathetic.
I don't think she's gonna kill him now. I mean,
Yeah.
like, remember I was having that debate. Like, man, I
'cause
wonder
you
if
were
she.
saying-
I'm as of right now, based on this watch
This-
of this particular scene,
Yeah.
I don't think she's gonna kill him when they meet back up.
Okay. And that's what I was thinking the whole time. But like you said, that's why we rewatch these episodes to kind of jog our memories of like these relationships that we see between these characters, man. But I thought that was just a powerful scene between the two of them as she leaves him there. And for me, on my first watch, I thought he died. I thought that was it for him.
Yeah, I kind of did too. Yeah, I was surprised when we meet back up with him. I was happy, but I was like, damn, like,
Yeah.
he's gone.
Yeah. So after that is pretty much everything at the end of the episode. So 3 more points I got. Jaime helps Tyrion escape. So Jaime comes in to Tyrion's cell, and he's like, look, 'cause he's ready. Like Tyrion is just preparing because he knows like once them doors open, they're going to take him to be beheaded. And he sees his brother there, and his brother's there to save him. So he tells them to go. I can't remember exactly where he told him to go.
Well, he's
So I
going
was
to go
writing my
upstairs
notes.
and meet up with Varys. He's actually
Varys,
Varys
yes.
as the one that helped him pull this off. And
Yeah.
tells Tyrion, you have more friends than you know.
Yeah.
Which is, to me, it takes me back to the actual trial when you think Varys is screwing Tyrion over. But really, I think Varys was planning, like, okay, if they find him, I think Varys was of the mind, all right, I'm gonna testify against him.
Yeah.
They're gonna find him guilty. Once they find him guilty, I'm gonna have a little time to orchestrate some type of escape, maybe. I think.
Okay.
And because remember what he said, like, when Tyrion says, "Remember what you told me, that no one will remember or whatever, but you'll know the truth," or some shit like that.
Okay.
And Tyrion asked him, "Did you forget?" And Varys said, "Unfortunately, no." And I took that to mean like no, I didn't forget. I remember. That's why it's not easy to sit up here and do this. Because it's not something that I want to do, but it has to be done.
Yeah.
But ultimately, we come to see that Varys does have Tyrion's best interests in mind. So, yeah, I kind of dug that.
Yeah, that was good, man. And then we get when Tyrion is going through, and he comes into, I guess, Tywin's chambers, and he sees a young lady laying in the bed, and he sees one of those nice suits that you like from Tyrion with the hand, the right hand of the king.
Yeah.
And so he knows Tywin's there with the young lady, and the young lady wakes up. She calls for Tywin, turns her head, and Tyrion sees that it is Shay.
Yeah.
So Shay. So
she lunges at him with murderous rage. She grabs his knife, which, man, I'm just disappointed in how that storyline wrapped up.
Yeah, on rewatch, it's not playing the same way for me. For me, neither. And this moment works for me only because I've been invested in their relationship prior to some of the bad writing they've done for Shay up until this point this season. But like just all of their stuff from seasons 2 and 3, and just everything that they've been through, and seeing how much in love that they are. But once they try to start to split them apart, all that stuff just didn't work for me. But and I think a lot of it is just really how Peter Dinklage plays that moment when he has to kill her.
Yeah.
And then also thinking about the history that he had with her. It was really heartbreaking to see that scene, but unfortunately, the way they've kind of played it throughout this whole season, I don't know what they were thinking as far as like trying to create that divide between Shay and Tyrion.
Yeah.
But I think just in a vacuum, looking at that scene with the history that we know of them, I think that scene works. And then the scene with Tywin, man, kills his father. Kills his own father.
Well, he had that shit coming, though.
Did
he? Yeah, that motherfucker had that shit coming.
Did he really?
Yeah.
I mean, he did. He had that shit coming.
He got off light.
Oh, Tywin?
Yeah, man. He's been trying to kill.
Yeah.
And then everything Tyrion said was true. You've been trying to kill me my whole life. First of all, that right there, you deserve to get your shit fucked up.
Yeah, true. True.
And then you knew I was innocent, and you still had me sentenced to death and tried all the same. Like, that's fucked up.
And he tries to play it like he was like, "Come on, you really thought that I was going to have you killed?" Yeah.
And then he's like, he kept calling him my son. You're my son. You're my son. You're the Lannister. And then when Tyrion, cocked that shit and raised the blicky up, he was like, "You're not my son." And he shot him. "Oh, you shot me. Oh, you're not my son." And then Tyrion was like, "I am your son.
Like, I am your son."
And that's the problem. That's the whole point. Like,
that's why we're in this situation right now.
Because I'm your son, and yet you still treated me the way you treated me. And so, yeah, he got his comeuppance.
I go back to like all that shit that we've talked about before, and I really hope that Tyrion has a satisfying ending, whatever the case is in this final season.
Yeah.
Because, man, I swear, these first 4 seasons, man, I didn't realize how rough. I mean, I knew it, but going back and watching it again, Tyrion's had it rough, man. Mm-hmm. Like, he's getting it from everywhere. And I'm just
the beetle,
like,
man, the little beetle.
Yeah. And I feel for him, man. And I think we're going to start to see a shift when he gets in the fold with Dany. Mm-hmm. And you're starting to see a little bit of that.
Because now he's being removed from this toxic environment, right? Yeah. And he's going to be surrounded by people who see his worth.
Exactly.
Right? Varys, Dany, Jorah. He's going to go on a little journey with Jorah.
Yeah.
So I think that, when you put yourself around, you change your circle of friends and you put people around who lift you up, it does something to you as a person. Exactly. And hopefully the writing in the show reflects that for Tyrion.
Absolutely. So I'm excited. Well, we kind of know how it all turns out for him so far. But I'm excited.
to his completion.
His completion for this upcoming season, and I'm excited just to rewatch it, just to see how it all plays out again, so I can just have better context of that as well. But season finale, man, season 4 is done. This is The Children, directed by Alex Graves.
It ends with Arya getting on the ship.
Oh
Bravos.
shit, that's right. I did I have that note on here? Yeah, Arya heading to Bravos. All right, rewind real quick. So Arya heading to Bravos, man, and that's how we end the season. So she has a coin. She's talking to the captain, wanting to get on the ship because she obviously wants to go up north, but
To
he
the
said,
wall, yeah.
to the wall. But the captain says, no, we're not going north, and we're going to Bravos. So she realized she has that coin, and now she can kind of continue that mission, that journey that she was on, to hopefully meet back up with Jaqen and to become one of the faceless men and become the Bruce Wayne of Westeros.
Damn.
The Batman of Westeros, which he kind of does, if you think about it. But yeah, man, I love that final shot, man, and it's just, man, sometimes I love the way these seasons end. Even though we go through so much heinous shit with a lot of these characters, they try to end these seasons on an upbeat note, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, watching it, you have to wait a year, but we got the DVD, so we can just pop the next season right in.
Blu-rays.
Yes, man, Blu-ray.
I don't do DVDs.
We know this. At least I know this. If y'all didn't know, he doesn't do DVDs. Straight Blu-rays, 4K Blu-rays. But this is just a regular Blu-ray, so we got to settle for what we have. Anyway, season 4 is wrapped up. That's it. It's over. We will check you in season 5. We are getting close, and season 8 premieres April 14th. Is right around the corner. Yes, I'm ready. I'm so ready. But let us know what you thought of this season finale in the comments below. Remember to rate, like, subscribe, and share, and go ahead and check out our other dorks. I almost made it, man. I almost fucking made it. It's late, man. It's fucking late. Check out our other dorks, at Mouth Dork, at WB Dash, at Sidewalk Siren, and check out the podcast at ItModcast. I'm the Turtle Dork. This motherfucker here is the Disco Dork. And with that, we're out.